Hello, YouTube modeling community. That's Rusty Rotor with an itchy nose. Tell the allergies are horrible. Figure I'd get on here and make a video before all hell breaks loose. We got some severe weather rolling through. My power's flickered a couple times, so usually we don't lose power, but never know. This video is just about Cecilia, the villain. We got our package yesterday from Ernest. That's our second of three. So now we have all the roof tiles, which we'll take a look at here in a minute. We got all of our handrail. Other than the red building's balcony, that's it. Everything else we've got. What else do we get? Oh, we got our mailboxes. He still needs to make one more, which will be the other brown one for the natural building. We'll probably do it a little bit lighter brown than that one. But yeah, as you can see, black building, white building, red, blue, green. The lower green building has a mail slot in the rock thing down here. We'll show you real quick. Right there, that's their mail access for this unit here. I remind you, this unit goes in and is underneath upstairs here, and then this one is a 2-story unit. These are 2-story units. Same with the others here, 2 stories. 2-story. So we also got our other light for above the green building. We got it painted now. We just got to get our LED fed up through there. And we've got our shutters for the light oak window. Those are made, ready to be installed. We've got our blue window done. And if you can tell by the looks of this, the windows in the up position, this is how they get out on the balcony. These are oversized windows. These are a lot bigger than any of the other windows in the diorama, because this is how they get access out onto their balcony. And then we've got our door. It's like a barnwood style door. We still got one more coat of paint on these, and then we'll get our acetate put in for the windows, and then our curtains on. This window doesn't have our door doesn't have a window in it. Just a solid door. I'm trying to decide if the white building will have one or not. I'm trying to make all the doors a little different, but we do need to get, once we get this done, we get our door handle on there. And yeah, so we got those done. Ernest also sent our window grates. These are actually just frames that go around planter boxes underneath. One goes underneath the red window, and one goes underneath the brown window, or the light oak window. And it may inevitably, I looked at it, this may go up underneath the yellow shutters. I think that's where this is supposed to go. So if you look at these real close, you can see, very nice design in them. Now I'll build a little balsa wood box in the back side of this, and that's why we can put flowers in it. But we got those painted. I just got to get a coat of varnish on them now to protect them. We've got all of our rails painted. This is the rail for the black balcony. The 2 return pieces. And so you can see right here's 2 return pieces. And then the front piece. And this is bowed a little bit. It's supposed to be bowed a little bit. So we got those done and ready to go in. I just got to get the doors and windows in, and then we can start putting that kind of detail on. We've got our courtyard light painted, put together. The LED's been put in it and tested. I don't know if you can see up underneath there or not. See it in the little yellow part there? That's the LED. Just a soft white LED. We don't want anything too bright. And again, that little hook in the top of that is for this chain, which we're going to have to, I'm going to string this up using alligator clips, and we will get a coat of black paint on it. We're going to use lacquer, being metal. Don't know if we'll probably have to dip this down in alcohol and let it dry, just to get rid of any oil or anything that would be on it. But yeah, we got our chain, so we'll get that sprayed, and we're going to make them longer than needed, so we can always cut back what we don't need. Let's see what else. Let me take a look at the diorama here. You can see I got the two. This piece goes in between those two posts, and this piece goes between these two posts back here, and then you can see the one in the middle. We'll leave the front rails off for now until we get the tables and all the. There's a hutch that goes up on here. There's a stand with like a flower and vases on it here. We got to put our tables and chairs in there and all the plates and stuff like that. So we need to leave ourselves to get in to that area to work on. So the first thing will be is getting the windows and doors and the curtains. And then which will be the white building, gets a planter box on the patio there, or the whatever you call it, balcony. There we go. That's what the vine will be growing up out of. That's going to be all over top of the pergola. So we still got to make that box. Get our boxes made for the window treatment. And then we got I'm not going to take them out, guys. You can see what it is. We got a park bench. We got to get painted up. And then we got a gentleman that's playing an electric piano with a speaker separate in the courtyard. It's some kind of celebration going on this street. They're having like a block party or whatever you want to call it. So they hired this guy to come play some music while they're all out, having a good time. Checker tournament. People are just dancing, hanging out. Kids are running and playing. That kind of thing, just to add to the ambiance of the overall thing. So that's really cool. There's a lot of detail in that piano. I'll have to pick all that out and detail it up. But he's playing some. I'd say he's probably playing some jazz or something like that. And then the speaker, of course. Then we'll wire it up and make it all look the part. We also got. I'm trying to find it. Here it is. We got our phone booth, and these doors actually open, and it's all interlocked. It all interlocks together. You can see through the back there. Maybe you can't. Get it out. Make things a lot easier. There's our little receiver for the phone. That's going to be in the woman's hand. We've got our doors, which do open and close. And this all gets acetate behind it here on the windows, on all four sides. I do have to scratch build a little like bar stool in the corner for the lady to sit on while she's on the phone. And then we got our section with the actual phone, upside down, of course. There we go. This is all based off Italian pictures of what a phone booth would look like. Now, it's probably not to the period correct, but it's very close. So we got a roof, and he did it hollow so a wire can be ran through. It's got our molded in light underneath, and you can see the grooves here. That's how these walls, they go up in those grooves. It makes a little phone booth. So, even though everybody's got phones inside, it's always cool to see a little phone booth sitting somewhere for people that are just out that don't live in that area. They can just swing in there and make a phone call. We definitely are at a time era of probably before cell phones. So, no, between the late 50s and, early 90s, before cell phones really got super popular. So, we got that key piece. It's kind of like the checkerboard, it's a little visual point of detail, like the checkerboard tournament, all the people, the fountain, all the way down to the little dishes and silverware and everything else. But yeah, we got a crap ton to keep us busy now. The next phase will be, sorry guys, the next phase will be the gutters and downspouts. There's a few cats, some mice, the tables and chairs. Then we can start buttoning up all the detail in the building area. But this is the most impressive thing here. So we got, I'll get them all out, they're all labeled. So we've got that there. Ernest, I owe you a bag of sandwich bags, or a box of sandwich bags. So we've got all these clay tiles. These are S-style tiles. And he made them to where they interlock, which is really cool. And there's the starter piece, which would be on the left side, which starts each row of shingle. And then the middle tiles, get them up close here, you can kind of see how they're made. They're each on their own little support thing. That what runs all the way down to the end, and then he's got the end tile. And then we've got, and there's, you can see a whole stack of them here, a whole stack of them there. Enough tiles for days. And then we've got our caps, which is like for the ridge vent. And this also go around the top edge of the red building. Get it in the frame here. From here, around the front and down the side, and then across the back of this roof here, it'll have the ridge vent because it is going out into nothing. The other buildings, I don't know if they'll... The blue and the white building may have a ridge cap on it too. I think that's how I originally planned it. So we've got those in here. And we got more for another diorama too. I don't think we'll use them all. But then, like I said, our mailboxes. We're really kind of getting the final pieces here. I still got a few things I got to print off and I got to make. All that. So, yeah. Give me just a minute. I'll knock at the door. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. When nobody at the door, it's just the thunder. It rattled the door. I thought somebody was trying to come in through the garage door. So yeah, the key pieces we're waiting on next. Like I said, the next phase will be gutters, downspouts. That's going to take some configuring, and then we will start running. Once those are in, we'll start running the vines. As you know, pretty much the whole side of this building over here will be covered in ivy, and a little bit over to here, up here onto this part as well. And then we'll have flowers hanging down from that grate or the window treatment here. We got a light. Ernest is still got to make the light for here. And then, yeah, we'll start getting our exterior lights installed. All of our wires ran because we'll have to make little grooves back here to channel all the wires in. I'll hot glue them in place. We want to get everything going this way from this building to come around the back of the blue and white building. That way everything comes out behind the blue and white building. That's where our power grid will be, so to speak, on the back side of that. What else? Yeah, we got a little touch up here and there on the stonework. Nothing major. So yeah, and then the tables and chairs. Ernest still has to make the skylight for the red building and the roof vent. I still have to scratch build a chair for Don Carlos to sit in. And then I don't know what I'm going to use. Probably some sand mix of some sorts to make like bird feed. And where he's feeding the pigeons. What else do we got? I think pretty much else. I still need to find something to use to make the tree out of. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm leaning maybe towards an oak tree or something of that nature. And if you remember, it's going to go right here, which is right in front of the red building. So I mean, it's going to be a pretty sizable tree. So we will, we just got it to decide where we want to put our phone booth by looking at it here. If I got it out, what did we do with it? Oh, here it is. Get it back out real quick. Our base. Yeah, it's a little too big for where I wanted to actually put it, but it had to be of this size to be close to scale. Our alternative place is, I think, going to work the best, which is going to be out here by the outside corner. And we'll have a fire hydrant right outside that. So if we look at it here real quick, kind of right there will be the phone booth. That's back pretty much where the offset is in the green building here. It'll probably be like right in here. And then our rain barrel will be right here on this back corner next to the phone booth. The doors will be out here or facing out this way. And that way our wire from the phone booth can go up and tie into the whole power grid I still got to put on here. And right now it's been really hard. Before I could just manhandle this thing and grab it. Now I got to be more cautious of things that are put on there. But yeah, we still got to put from this hole, we got to put a groove for the hoses, the wires from the truck. And once we get that, then we'll go ahead and get our second half put on here. And then this will all get weighted down and glued onto a piece of plywood. And then our base will be done. Which that really won't take about a day, and then to dry overnight. And then we'll be ready to start mounting the buildings on the base. And then I'll have it right here in front of me then, instead of pieces everywhere. So yeah, I think that's going to be, if I put this on here, how it's supposed to be. Pretty much like that. Yeah, I think our phone booth is going to fit. It'll fit better right there. Well, I may have to keep it back. That way there's walking distance in front across the sidewalk. So, here, this will be easier. Bring you along for the ride. Pretty much like right there. And then our barrel will be sitting right here that'll catch from the downspouts of the gutters where they get their water to water all their plants and flowers. And then you can see there's room on the sidewalk for people to be walking by the phone booth. Our fire hydrant will go out probably either here. I've been leaning maybe like right here or right here. And then we got our big tree that'll go here. And then the truck, of course, will be sitting here. We'll have a Vespa. A couple of them, actually. One will probably be sitting over here in the park position. The other one will probably be out here in front of the building or one of the buildings. Or maybe on the back corner of the street here. Up underneath the shade of the tree. And then, yeah, it's just kind of getting all of our electric part done. All the lights wired. Switches. All that good stuff. But you can kind of see, if I put it all together here. Let me stand you up here for a second. Get the red building set in place. You can kind of get a feel for it. There's still some adjusting that needs to happen. So we'll bring you over here. So now you can kind of see, you know, down the courtyard. We got our little light up here. We got to get our chain ran, because our light will be hanging like right where my finger is. Our fountain's in the center of the courtyard. And then all the people and animals and everything else will be all around. And that doesn't necessarily mean we'll be using every little thing that we have. We don't want to overcrowd, but we want it to be busy, just not over busy. And then come back here, you can see, and we got our painters working on the black building, of course. Uh, and then entrance up to the upstairs green building, downstairs. And then we just gotta get our grass in the cracks and dirt and all that good stuff. But I got too much on my desk to just set this up on my desk. So if we get back here, you can kind of see everywhere that's white will be covered with that black board. And of course, the point of view is coming down the street this way, back into the courtyard. So yeah, and we got all these buildings, they tie in tight, so there won't be no gap back there. This little window here, I was worried about, what can I do there and what should I do there, and it's so tight up by where the pergola is that you can't do a whole lot in there. So we're just going to kind of put our shutters on and call it good. And we got to put our stoop back on here. Get our light mounted underneath. Our light up here. This is the only unit that has 2 lights. All the rest of them are, single lights. Other than the green building here, I guess, because it has its own light. And then there'll be a light out here somewhere. And then all of our mailboxes will go on. Then we can get all of our vines and flowers and flower boxes and flower pots and all that stuff sitting everywhere. Our checkerboard tournament will be going on over here. And we've got the fountain. And we'll probably have, we got one flower box that goes back here that the ivy grows out of. And then we got another bench. We got 2 benches. One bench may be just sitting out here in the middle. We got a table and chairs to go out here. So yeah, it's going to be pretty cool when it's all done. Then we got our power grid that runs from up here across the top to the other side. We'll have all of our power lines running and then coming off that down to the meter bases, which we still got to determine. We will probably put around this corner right here, and the pipe will come out and come up above to catch off the power grid. So yeah, now it's just a matter of getting it all to marry together. Get it here so I can move this. Too much stuff in my workspace. And we can take another look at it here from a distance, so you can kind of see that's how it'll be sitting. Then everything out here, this facing this way, will be blacked off out of the point of view, and then everything else will be within the point of view. So again, looking down into the courtyard. I mean, it doesn't really do it justice on the camera, but it's not a real big diorama, but it's just packed full of detail. So yeah, we're gonna keep mushing through now that we've got more time down in here. That's just getting into the swing of things, and being able to get on a rhythm. And then the truck we've got sitting here. We've got to finish spraying the bed. I got to reconfigure the bed floor. I wasn't happy with it, so I'm going to redo that. The box that goes in the bed that holds all the air ride components, Ernest has still got to send that. It'll probably be with the 3rd and final shipment. And then, we can finish this completely other than the engine. The engine will be able to sit in here and kind of get some things done. But remember, we're waiting on Mr. Barrett to finish milling all the aluminum components for it. So if he runs out of time, he doesn't seem to think he will. But if he does, we can go with plan B, and just all he'll do is final install the engine and the drive shaft, and it'll be done. Oh man, this weather. So that's about it. That's where we're at. I hope you've been following along from the beginning on this. It's become an animal of its own, but I'm really, really tickled pink with how everything's coming together. All the help from Norman and Ernest and Lee, Tom, old Tom, Rambler 69, with the street sign name. All that stuff is just, those are all like icing on the cake things, and we'll get a feel for how everybody likes it and thinks about it when we reveal it at Acme. We got 6 months, a little less, to get it done, and we've got a few other projects. Shorty is one that's got to get done. I would like to get, not that it will, but I'd like to get our seniors tribute build done. It's looking more not than actually happening, but we'll see. It just depends on how fast everything goes. We've been getting a lot of the little stuff done and out of the way. That way it's just got to be put in place. And the bulk of the big work is pretty much done. We should, by the end of this week, first part of next week, have all the windows and doors done in the other buildings. And then it's going to be time to start worrying about how our wires are going to run. We can get all that done. I'm going to have to extend some of them. They're not going to be long enough, so I'm going to have to do some soldering and shrink wrapping on that. Get all of our wires ran and stubbed out and labeled what they are. And then we'll kind of make probably one, not big, but medium-sized hole in the back for everything to stub out through the back. And then we can start mounting our power supplies to the back of it, and our micro water pump. We'll do another test run on that. And then we can start testing all the lights and making sure everything's, kosher there. I don't foresee any problems, major issues. There's always going to be some, and some winging it and figuring it out as we go. That's just how the nature of the beast is. This isn't that it was all blueprinted out and to scale, and every little piece should fit exact as designed. It's not. There's a lot of open interpretation to how things will go together on the final, and how much or how little we put into it. Again, we don't want to overcrowd. We want it to be crowded, but not overcrowded. Again, it's a celebration on, I can't pronounce the word, Palodermi Street. I'm going to figure out the pronunciation of it before it's all said and done. Sorry guys, I keep rubbing my nose, but I got a little dryer in the shop today, and it's thunderstorming and pouring down rain, so my allergies are just going. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. I'm probably about 2 weeks behind. It's weird how quick that'll jump up on you and you'll get behind. But I should be pretty much back on track by the end of this week from where I was. What's really going to slow down, but we're going to be using an airbrush to paint the tiles. We're going to paint them on the supports just like they are, and then we will come back and hand touch up where we need to. That'll be a lot faster than trying to hand paint each one of these tiles and weather them. They'll all be various shades of clay, kind of like brick, just not, we're not going to have the yellows in there, and the will be more of the oranges and the reds, or dark reds I should say. And then we got to weather it. We got to get our moss where it's growing dirt, you know, that kind of stuff that would be on a roof. They can take all the best care in the world they want to of the face of the buildings and stuff like that, but the roof, you know, it's taking the brunt of Mother Nature, so it's going to be weathered up quite a bit. So probably tomorrow I'll break out the spray booth, and we're going to start getting the sheets of these all primered, and then we're just going to start misting on the various shades of clay, and then we'll touch up with whatever in between color after that. But we're going to start off with a it's like a red oxide primer, and then we'll mist the orange clay color over it, and we got a few other variations. We're just going to mist that over all of them, and kind of we'll play with a few of them, see till we get a pattern down that we like, and then we'll just go for it on everything else. And then we got to get the roof over the blue and the white building installed, and figure out how we're going to do that, how much of a slant it's going to have. Then there's an offset angle there on the inside corner. We're going to tie them together. We're going to make them two separate. We got to get that figured out. So that's pretty much all that's left to figure out, other than, you know, just kind of going with the flow, running vines where they look good, and adding the flowers to it, and the leaves, and all that scenery part of it. And when I can get it out here and be right in front of me and I can work on it, that's when instead of having everything in pieces and I got stuff put here and stuff put there, and you know, we'll get it. But you know, let me know down in the comments what you think about it so far. You know, your input is valuable. I like reading the comments. You know, past few videos I've really been researching the comments, and it's really paying off, guys. The more comments my videos get, it seems to place my videos in a better spot for more people to see and you know, take a gander at it and see what they think, along with the thumbs up and, you know, all that stuff. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. It's free. It's not costing you nothing. A little bit of your time, and while you're at it, hit that bell notification. You'll know when these videos come out. The next video will be shorty. We're going to get some starting fresh next week. We're going to get to where we can pretty much be where we can put it away for a little while, and that's you know, we've done the hard thing as far as building the suspension, modifying the engine to fit in there, and get some of our detail on there. We got our last piece of our last part in for that, which are the decals. So thank you to Terry at STS Decals. He is my club president, which does help. He custom made the badge that goes on the glove box that says Ranger. You know, in all the Mobius kits, there's no little decal or anything that goes on that. And on the real truck, that, you know, it's chrome. That's what this is for first, and then we got the black badging underneath that goes over top of the chrome, so it'll really pop out, stand out. It's a very, very tiny detail. It will be visible through the passenger side window, so, you know, the real truck has it. If we can do it, why not? And it's just one of those things. So it's just a one-off little detail. You know, I'm sure if you're into the Mobius trucks and you want to build a replica, you know, get a hold of Terry at STS Decals. He can make these various little decals for you that don't come with the kit, or is not part of a cluster of other decals that you can buy aftermarket. That, you know, it's got to be specific. And he had a Mobius truck, so he took the measurements off the kit he had, and that's how he made the decals. I think there's a couple different sizes in here, so it's whatever will work the best, and that's what we'll go with. And we'll have extras for anything down the road. So yeah, we got that done. We've been tinkering with some other things, some cleaning, organization as we go. Trying to get everything that I need kind of like right here. So it's right in my reach. I can get and work. And I got some doctor's visits next week. So it's you know, back to the normal daily grind. Doctor's visits, yard work. all part of home ownership and being alive. But I've got most of my, well, all the big projects are done now. I just got some little projects which will only be done on the weekends. So just like this weekend is Mother's Day weekend. So make sure you take care of your mothers. My gift to my wife this year is finally building the planter boxes that go on our deck, and take her to the store and let her pick out all of her flowers like we do every year. Just a bonus this year, I'm building the flower boxes that were originally designed in the concept of the deck when I built the deck, and now I'm finally getting to build them and incorporate it in. And I think she'll really like them. I built some for her mother years ago, and she really liked those then. So I knew I'd have to build a set for her sooner or later, and it's later, but sooner. So yeah, again, just let me know down in the bleep loops down there what you think. Any ideas, things that you would do, you wouldn't do. It's kind of hard to really know exactly what it's all getting until it's all in place, but that's kind of going to be just between my wife's opinion, my opinion on what, if it's too much, not enough, take away a little bit, add a little bit. But anything else, I'm open for suggestions. This has been fun. Remember, we did get about a month and a half head start on this, which was really helpful. So that a week or two behind that I am is really, I'm not, but I like to stay on track from my original start date to what I plan to be done by. And we're dog paddling. We will be back up above water here soon. Hopefully, like I said, by the beginning of next week. It should really, from here out, any videos that we do, it should be really starting to come together, and you guys will get a better understanding and visual of what I had up here in this old noodle. So until then, guys, you guys have a great week. Great rest of your week. I'll try. I don't know if I will be able to Friday or not get another video out, and then we will see. If not, it'll be the beginning of the week next week also. But we will eventually get back on track. We're probably one at the beginning and one at the end, and then we'll go from there. So remember, guys, shop cards are being made. She's got the design all part done. She's just trying to find a place that can do the printing in the specifications that we're wanting. And then we're supposed to have them done before Acme. That way I can hand some out down there. And then I've got a mailing list of all you that has asked me about them. As soon as I get them in, I'll be getting those out to you. And then, anything further from there, we can do trading for shop card or sticker for shop card, whatever. But I think that's about it, guys. So hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, this is Rusty Rotor. I'm out.